Hey, what's going on? Of course, to all of my freaks and geeks out there, it is me, Amira Blaze. Of course, your plus size gaming new goth. And welcome, of course, to Sin TV Now, the program where we bring you smart, intelligent news. And we also talk about the importance of Asian pop culture. So, guys, I am so sorry that I am behind with today's episode, but I had some stuff come up and I got delayed, and I am sorry, but I'm not gonna waste any time, guys. Yesterday, in case you did not know, yesterday was National Video Game Day, and I have to say, okay, to those of you who not only play video games, but to the video game developers out there, I just want to give a shout out to all of you and just tell you thank you for making a difference in my life. Video games really allowed me to express myself in so many unique and interesting ways, because you guys know a little bit of my story. I was really made fun of a lot for playing video games, and people thought, it was weird for me to, like, especially being a woman that enjoys video games as much as I do. But I'm really glad to see that things are changing in regards to women and the perception of women in video games. And I really, in honor, guys, of National Video Game Day, which was yesterday, I am showing you, I'm just telling you right now, okay, as a disclaimer, this is going to be a very, very long episode, okay? I'm showing you everything in my collection, okay? And then the second part of this disclaimer is, and I'm just keeping it real, okay, I'm not showing this collection because I want to be an asshole and I'm showing off, or I think that I'm all I'm so entitled, is the best way to put it. That's not why I'm showing my gaming collection. I'm showing my gaming collection because, guys, video games, it brings me a happiness that it brings a very unique happiness to me. And video games mean a lot to me, guys, because it was the one thing that I could escape from being made fun of. And when I would play video games, guys, and you guys know that when you see me play games on the show, just the joy and happiness it brings, and the interesting storylines, and it's such a good time. So that's why I'm showing my collection. I'm not trying to be entitled. I'm not trying to show off or any of that. This is a collection that I have been building for a very long time, and I'm really proud of it. And on top of that, I really want to show you guys the diversity of games, because this is one way of me, of you guys getting to know me a little bit better, because I think sometimes the games that I kind of play are pretty much similar, but there's more to me. There's more to Amira when it comes to my game choices. So without further ado, here is my entire video game collection. Let's do this. Okay, so we're gonna start off with PC, and then we're gonna go from there. So for PC games, look, unfortunately, guys, I really don't have a lot of PC games in my collection. I don't know why, but I've started to collect PC games, and I love PC games now. But majority of my games, guys, are actually on Steam. Okay, so I have a couple. I have some of there's this game series that's called it's called Blaze. It's like Blaze Blue. So I have a couple of those games, And then I also have what's the other games that I have on Steam? Oh yeah, I also have the Agarist games. These are like strategic, tactical. They're called tactical RPGs. So I have those, and then I also have um oh yeah, I have a couple of Atomi games as well. So I will be breaking down my PC like gaming collection. I'll do that in a separate video just because I don't remember all of them, but I will show you the physical PC games that I have. Okay, so the first one, this is the digital version of Mass Effect Andromeda. You guys know that I am obsessed. I have an unhealthy obsession with Mass Effect. And Mass Effect, I have to tell you, okay, I am in love with John Shepard. Like, if he was real, I'd be like, please marry me, okay? I mean, not only does he have the body, but he has a really good heart, you know? So I love the Mass Effect games, and Andromeda is the newest addition to the Mass Effect series. But if you really like really in-depth, really deep storytelling, and if you love you know, picking choices that can change the entire story, and there are multiple types of endings and stuff like that, definitely check out Mass Effect Andromeda. The Mass Effect series, I will say as a disclaimer, it's very mature. It's mature content. So this is a game that's, I would say, is more for, you know, adults to play. But yeah, it's still a good series. So yeah, I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so next I have, this is Final Fantasy 14. And guys, I hate to say it, but I regret getting this game. Final Fantasy 14 was terrible for me. I did not like the gameplay. It takes a while for the story to kind of start getting exciting. It was just really boring. And then on top of that, you have to pay a subscription. And I don't like playing games where you have to pay a subscription. So, you know, I got it just so I could have it, you know, but, you know, I played it maybe like 2 or 3 times, but I will never play Final Fantasy 14 ever again. Next we have here, you guys know that I am in love with Geralt. Geralt, he is so hot. He's got all that, the muscles and oh, I love him. But I also love the game series, which is called The Witcher. You can't say The Witcher, you gotta be like The Witcher. So this is the enhanced edition. So I have that, and it's a great game. And this is a game, I decided that I'm gonna play it for the Curvy Metalhead show. I have a segment on there called Games That Are Metal, and you cannot get any more metal, guys, than The Witcher. Great game. And The Witcher is very inexpensive. Like, I like having, you know, I wanted the physical, but you can also get the digital version. It's really affordable now, like on Steam, you know. So yeah, it's a cool game. Love The Witcher. So speaking of that, because I love Geralt so much, I had to get, of course, this is the PC version of The Witcher 2, Assassin of Kings, and we will be playing this on the Curvy Metalhead show. But these games are very mature, so these are very for adults, okay? This is not a game, you know, if you're younger, that you should be playing, because there are a lot of mature themes in these games, just like Mass Effect. But Mass Effect is more of like, it's part shooter, part RPG. So for me, I'm not really into shooters, but I love Mass Effect because of the storyline and the diversity. I always like buying games where you have a wide range of cultures coming together, and it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I got The Witcher 2. This is a PC version of it, but yeah, it's great. So those games are fantastic. I can't wait to play those for Games That Are Metal on the Curvy Metalhead show. All right, so now we're gonna move on to consoles because I don't really have a lot of PC game stuff. Most of my PC gaming stuff is on Steam. That's really where I play a lot of my games. So like for example, I have both. I have both Fairy Fencer games. The Fairy Fencer games, guys, they are hilarious. And I've been playing them. I've played them here on the show recently, but yeah, they're great. They're fabulous. Okay, so now we're moving on to original Xbox. Okay, so you guys know, well, in case you don't know, I am obsessed with ninjas and samurais. Like, I love playing any type of game that has a ninja or a samurai. I am interested. And of course, my favorite ninja is Ninja Gaiden. So this is Ninja Gaiden Black for Xbox. And this is I will tell you right now, these games are not for the weak. These are very tough games. It starts off easy and then you're like, what the fuck? You know? It's really, really tough, and it's action and it's a platformer, and yeah, it's not easy. So this is a game, like, if you're just starting into video games, I would not recommend Ninja Gaiden because it picks up real fast, and then you're like, ooh. And the storyline's not too bad, but ooh, let me tell you, Ryu, he is so fine. You know me, I like me a good ninja, a good looking samurai, a good looking Asian man. You already know. But yeah, this is a tough game. So I got Ninja Gaiden Black for Xbox. And then I also got the first game, and these were only on the Xbox, unfortunately. I really wish they would make a remake. That would be great. But that's the original Ninja Gaiden for Xbox as well. Kind of trying to separate things as we go along. So now let's move on to the Xbox 360. I don't really like the 360 as a system, but they had a couple of decent games. I was like, let me try it. Guys, if you are obsessed with Asian pop culture like myself, you must play this game, and that is Sleeping Dogs. Okay, this game puts Grand Theft Auto to shame. Yes, I said it. Like, first off, guys, just the scenery alone and the fighting sequences in this game is ridiculous. But I will say this though, Sleeping Dogs is a very challenging game, and sorry, tons of spoilers, so you may not want to watch this episode if you are playing these games. I'm just saying. But I digress. So I digress. So there's a part of Sleeping Dogs, guys, where you have to kind of figure out this code password thing, and it's like a guessing game, and it can get quite complex real quick. But yeah, it's a great game. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry, it's been a long day. But yeah, Sleeping Dogs, definitely get it. So I got the 360 version of it, and yeah, it is well worth it. Beautiful storyline. The characters are really engaging, and it's very open world too. You can just do your thing, and then follow the story, and you see how things unfold. But yeah, if you are really into things like Jackie Chan movies, you know, if you like just martial arts, you know, like Jet Li, that kind of stuff, you will love Sleeping Dogs. It's fabulous, fantastic. Okay, so next I ended up, because one thing I like doing too, guys, is if I get a game on one system, I like to get it on another system if possible, so it gives me a lot of options to be able to play the game on the show. So I have the 360 version of The Witcher 2. This is the Assassin of Kings Enhanced Edition, and I'm trying to see, it doesn't explain what the difference is, but yeah, it's still a great game. And oh, Geralt is so sexy. Like, I would, if he was real, I would be all over that. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay, so let's move on here. So we have Dynasty Warriors 7, okay? You guys, in case you don't know, once again, I love Samurai, and one of the greatest hack and slash games out there is definitely the Dynasty Warriors series, but I wouldn't say the new stuff. The new stuff is atrocious on the PS4, and that's why I have not bought it yet. It's terrible. But the older games are really good, and yeah, I got the 360 version, so yeah, we may play it in the future on the show, but yeah, it's great. It's really, really fun. It's just one of those games where, you know, you just follow the storyline and you kick so much ass, and oh, it's great. It's great. Okay, so finally, for my 360 games to conclude here, we have Star Ocean: The Last Hope, and this is the 360 edition. And I have to say, if you like the Tales of series, you really will like Star Ocean. But my issue with Star Ocean, though, is the storyline is drier than menopause sometimes. Now, the older games for like the PS1, those were really fun. But this game, I mean, the cutscenes are really long, and I haven't fully finished this game yet. It's a very immersive game, and I do like that action, that open kind of fluidity of the combat. But damn, it's just so dry, like in the beginning. They say it gets a little bit better later on, but yeah, that's why I got it for the 360, so I could try it out. We'll see. I may play it. Maybe I'll play it in the future. Who knows? Okay, so now I'm really excited because this is my favorite part of my collection, guys, is PS2 games. You guys know that I will forever be loyal to Sony. I am, you know, I am team PS3, I am team PS4, and I am team PS1. And I also want to get a PlayStation Vita. And you know why, guys? Because PlayStation Vita has some really good Otome games, and I would love to play some of those Otome games. I heard they're just absolutely fabulous. Okay, so let's keep going here. So we got PS2, so let's do this. All right, so you guys know I love tactical RPGs, but not like too difficult. But this is a great one. So many people have recommended these to me, so I had to get them. And this is Desaya, and this is the Hour of Darkness. Now, they did make a remastered version, I believe, that's a little bit better. But I had to get the original, and yeah, it's really, like, the music is great. It's really hilarious. But I am so sorry for yawning, guys. I worked all day, and I apologize, but I may be yawning in between, but you know, I had to show you my collection because this is something that I've been waiting to show you guys. Okay, so yeah, it's a tactical RPG, but it's hilarious. Like, I love these type of JRPGs where it just makes you laugh, and this game definitely has Desaya has those moments. So yeah, it's a pretty cool game. Let me separate them here so that I'm not mixing everything up. All right, so now one thing that I also love doing, guys, is playing what are called light gun games. Now, in order to play light gun games, you have to have a CRT TV, because just because of the technology for light guns, unless you have like the PS3 versions of this game. But I have Time Crisis 3. And the first two games are pretty good. Though I have the first game for PS1. So it's pretty good, but I like the third one. The third one was really interesting, and it's really fun. It's really fun. Alright, so next, going back into JRPGs here, we have Star Ocean: Till the End of Time. This game, guys, is drier than menopause. I mean, I couldn't really get into it. I'm gonna try again, But the characters were just like, they weren't really fascinating. This is the reason why I love the Tales of series, because the characters really come to life for you, and there's some really great humorous moments in Tales of. We'll be getting back into that too, trust me. I'm just trying to finish Final Fantasy 15 mainly, but who knows, maybe I'll get burned out and we'll get back into Tales of. I'm pretty far in that game too, I have to say. But yeah, Star Ocean is okay. It's just the characters can get really like boring, and it takes a while for you to really engage with the game. But I got it just because I really do like JRPGs, so I was like, yeah, we'll give it a shot. Oh, it was a long day for me, guys. Oh, I am so sorry. I can't help it, okay? So next we have, of course, the sequel to Desaya. So this is Desaya 2, Cursed Memories. So also great series. If you really like tactical games, you got to play this series. It's really well done. Okay, another thing you guys know about me is I love beat 'em up games, and I also like hack and slash. And this has to be one of the best hack and slash games besides Devil May Cry that I have played. And this is one, I need to finish it too, but this is the PS2 version of Odin Spear. They did make a remastered version, which I have, called Odin Spear. It's called like Leffen Spear or something like that. But yeah, this game, it's beautiful watercolored graphics, and it reminds me of the other game that I got on Steam called The Vagrant. And yeah, it's beautiful, and the storyline is top notch. So if you like a good hack and slash with a good storyline, check out Odin Spear. You will not be disappointed. All right, so you guys know I love Persona, okay? The Persona series is the best JRPG, period. Yes, I said it. I understand there's Final Fantasy, but nothing compares to the excellence of Shin Megami Tensei Persona. These games are crazy, guys, and they require a lot of devotion. I mean, if you're just looking for a game, like one or two or like a couple video games, and you like JRPGs or just RPGs in general, the Persona series will blow your mind. You will literally be like this, like, because it's so fabulous. The music on point. The character development, for a couple characters, they're kind of boring, but for most part, on point. The open world and the fluidity of your, reacting to your environment, on point. These games never get old, and they are fantastic. If you are looking for like a long JRPG that will keep you engaged, you will never get bored, check out Persona. This is Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3. This is Fez, and this is like an extended version of the original. It's supposed to be a little bit more harder from what I've read, and it also says that you can play what's called a hard play mode, or you can play another 30 hours, guys. You have 70 hours of gameplay plus another 30 with an additional chapter. It's called The Answer. So yeah, I had to get this. This game is hard, y'all. It is hard. You gotta do a lot of leveling up and shit. No joke. This game is not for the weak. I will tell you that. Like, you gotta be committed. If you play Persona, you gotta play that shit from start to finish. Because the plot development, every day you go to school, something happens, something changes. You can have a girlfriend. I mean, it's crazy. Like, it's top. Yes, top. Best RPG series I've played, period, besides Final Fantasy, but I prefer Persona over Final Fantasy. That's just me. Okay, so well, speaking of Final Fantasy, you guys know I love Final Fantasy, not as much as I love Persona now. I used to be devoted to Final Fantasy, so much that I bought Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X was the first Final Fantasy to include pretty much beautiful voiceovers and really pushing the PS2 system to the limits, and amazing facial expressions. And we all know the story of Final Fantasy X, but it will always have a special place in my heart because the romance between Yuna and Tidus gives me life. Okay, but yeah, this is a great game. Also, I just have to give the disclaimer, okay? JRPGs require a lot of commitment. I spent over 30 hours, guys, playing this game. It was ridiculous because they have so many side quests and like just little things to do, and you know, stuff to complete. This is a very, you gotta devote yourself. This game is amazing, but it's good. It's really good. And then, of course, the terrible sequel, which is Final Fantasy X-2. Guys, I really couldn't get into it. I love Riku. Riku's my girl. Pain, I love her as well. And Yuna kind of becomes a bitch in this game, and maybe that's why I don't like it. I mean, it's good that like she's become assertive, you know, and she's not as like, you know, timid like how she was in 10. So she's grown up, but it's like she's too bitchy, you know, a little too bitchy. But the game was really boring, and it wasn't good. So if I had to pick between playing 10 and 10-2, I would play 10. It's just a much better game overall. But yeah, 10-2, if you want to try it, go ahead. But this game, you know, if you are, I will say, if you are like, a woman, you know, or if you're a feminist, you know, in general, and I'm saying feminist in the sense of, you know, if you really believe in, you know, women expressing themselves, you may have a problem with this game to a certain extent, because this game is really designed, this is just my opinion, Final Fantasy X-2 is not a really female-friendly game. Let me just explain why, okay? And when I mean feminist, I mean, you know, for men and women, because men can be feminists as well, okay? But if you are a feminist, this game will piss you off. And the reason why I say that is because this game was really designed for men in mind, okay? The outfits that they have in this game, they are just ridiculous sometimes. They are barely covered up in this game. This is a game that really, you know, it has a very sexual factor to it. So I'm just giving a disclaimer, I'm just being honest. If you are not into sexy like outfits and stuff like that, you will not like this game. I'm just saying. Just saying. Okay, so next we have Final Fantasy, this is 12. And what's cool about this version is this is the collector's edition. And what I really like about this is it comes with a bonus DVD, guys. And it comprises of developer interviews, history of Final Fantasy featurettes, an art gallery, and it also comes with the US as well as the Japanese trailers for the game. So it's pretty cool. Now, my issue with Final Fantasy 12 though is I hate this stupid licensing system. So it kind of goes like, before you can use the weapon, you have to like get the permissions or something. It's really stupid. But a lot of people like this game, but it's not my favorite Final Fantasy. My favorite Final Fantasies, of course, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 10, and I also liked 15, but it started to get dry, so I don't really care for it now. Oh, sorry guys. But those are my two favorite ones. Those are my two favorites. So I love it. I love 7 and I love 10, and those are my main favorites. I haven't played 9 yet. 9 seems to not be like the style I like playing, but I'll give it a shot. We'll see. But yeah, here 12, they say it's dry, but we'll see. Okay, so next, once again, guys, you guys know I'm obsessed with samurai, especially sexy samurai. If you want to see some good looking samurai, play The Way of the Samurai. Get it? No. No, Way of the Samurai, guys, is a great game. And what's interesting about this game is it takes place in 1878. And this is when I think they call them the shogunate. Yeah, the shogunate. And it takes place during that like Edo period. The Edo period was really interesting in Japan because it was this interesting kind of transition from like the Eastern like philosophies, and then it's kind of like East meets West. And there were a lot of people that were really resistant to this movement, and that's where these samurais came in, because they were fighting to keep the tradition, the tradition alive. And this is a great game. This game, the best way to describe it, it's like Grand Theft Auto with samurai. So like that's pretty much it. You go around doing quests, your fight, you do these really cool, like think of like I can't talk today, like Yakuza. If you like Yakuza, pardon me. If you like Yakuza, you will like this series. Way of the Samurai is great. The game that a lot of gaming YouTubers like to play of the Way of the Samurai series is Way of the Samurai 4. It's great. The graphics are really good. I have that game too, and I'll be playing it for the show. It's really kick-ass. But yeah, the original Way of the Samurai is it's a little dated, but if you kind of like don't focus on that, it's a really good game, guys. Awesome. All right, so another thing you may not know about me is I am a huge fan of Mega Man. I love Mega Man, guys. Like, I can clearly remember playing like Mega Man until like early in the morning. Like last year I really started playing Mega Man like really hardcore, and yeah, these games are fantastic. If you like platformers and you have a lot of patience, you will like Mega Man. And pretty much what Mega Man is you pick a stage, and each stage has a boss, and you just defeat the boss. And then when you defeat the boss, you end up getting a certain power that you absorb, and then you can use that against your enemies. But you can also use certain abilities to reach like secret areas, and you can use it to your advantage to help you get through the levels. And yeah, it's great. This is the anniversary collection, so you get the original 10 Mega Man games. So it's pretty cool. It's really cool. So we definitely will be playing this. I do suck at Mega Man. I will be dying a lot. But this is a game that it does require patience, because sometimes those platforms, that's where it gets you in Mega Man, is those damn platforms. Let me tell you. Okay, so this is a game that we actually completed. This was one of my first playthroughs that I completed on the show, and that is Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. You have to say it like that. But yeah, I love me some Harvey Birdman. I wish they would bring that show back, man. It's a great game. So if you're into like Phoenix Wright and those type of detective type of games, you will love this. And there are so many really funny jokes and stuff. If you're into like nostalgia, like the older style of like cartoons and stuff, you will appreciate this game. And I love, hilarious. Like, I was laughing the whole time playing it. And then, of course, speaking of Mega Man, again, this is, I just got this recently. This is the Mega Man X collection, and this one you get the you get 7 games. So you get Mega Man X through X6 with this set, and yeah, it's pretty cool. We definitely will be playing some motherfucking Mega Man, okay? So next, you guys know, like, I'm obsessed with these games here. I'm gonna show you, because you know I love Wolverine. And you know, any kind of man that's like, you know, attractive and hairy, right, and has a husky kind of voice, woo, gets me going. No, I'm being so extra, but yeah, I love these games, guys. If you are a PS2 player, if you are a fan of the PS2, you must buy this shit. This, like, guys, you know I live for Marvel, okay? I mean, DC, I like DC too, but I live for Marvel, and the X-Men are my favorite superheroes. I love the X-Men, not because of Storm and Wolverine, but I love them. I love Jean Grey. I love when she becomes the Phoenix. I love the villains too. Mystique is my favorite. She's like my favorite like villain, you know, on X-Men, because I mean, wouldn't that be cool, guys, to just have a power where you could just turn into anybody? Like, what? That's kick-ass. But yeah, these games are great. X-Men Legends and X-Men Legends 2 Rise of the Apocalypse. If you love comic games, like games around like comic book heroes, you will love these. And the thing that's really cool about the I've played through a little bit of the first game, not this one, but the first game is really cool because you get to play an original protagonist, and then you kind of go through the journey of like becoming an X-Men. It's wonderful, well done. The voices, you know, from the original cast, it's kick-ass. I love it. All right, so we're almost done with PS2 games here. Okay, so you guys know too, I'm obsessed with Vincent from Final Fantasy VII. Oh, he's so dreamy. I have to get a poster of him somewhere in my like art room. Yes, we're gonna make that happen. But this is one of the worst games, unfortunately. This game would have been, to me, amazing. This game should have been amazing, but it ended up sucking majorly. It's probably the worst upset in the one of the worst besides 10-2 in the Final Fantasy series, and this is Dirge of Cerberus. So this is Vincent's story, which is kind of cool. But it does have like gunfighting and stuff. I played it once and I was like, this is dumb, but I will try again for you guys because I love Vincent. I love him. Oh, he's so hot. Look how sexy he is. He has that look like, I'm gonna take all your clothes off and you're gonna be mine forever. And I'd be like, yes, yes. Sorry I'm living out my fantasies right now, guys. Sorry about that, but yeah, it's a terrible game, unfortunately. This game would have, I was really, when I found out that they were making a spin-off game that starred Vincent, I was so excited because I thought, I was like, this is gonna be a good game. But then when I actually played through some of the game, I was like, what the hell is this? It's ridiculous. Unfortunately, that's sad. Okay, so let's move on to another series of games that I greatly enjoy. I get so scared playing these games for some reason when I shouldn't, but what I'm talking about are these: Devil May Cry, well, this is 3, pardon me, Devil May Cry 2, and Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition. And the Special Edition, guys, you can play as Virgil. There's like a new boss, a very hard mode, a turbo mode, and yeah, they have a whole bunch of stuff. But these games are essential if you are a hack and slash fan like myself. You gotta play Devil May Cry. It's a perfect blend of horror and action, and the story is really good. These games are amazing. They're really good. So highly recommend. We'll have to play through these eventually. But yeah, they have all different like difficulty levels. There is some platforming, but it's not too bad. So yeah, these games are awesome. They're really good. And of course, you guys know Dynasty Warriors. So I have the second Dynasty Warriors, which is my favorite of the series. It's good. And then I also have this one I have not played through. They said that this game is kind of bad, but it's called Dynasty Tactics. So you kind of create your own like 3 kingdoms like saga or something like that. So I'll have to play these two in the near future. And of course, you guys know I am about that Persona life, okay? So Persona 4 for the PS2. And it also comes with the soundtrack. And guys, let me tell you, the music in Persona is ridiculous. It's so good. Sometimes I'm like at work, right? And I'm like singing it to myself. And then I'm sure people are looking at like me like I'm weird or something, but oh my gosh. Yeah. This is a great game. It's great. I've only played through like halfway, but I gotta play this game for you guys. Oh, so good. So good. And then of course you guys know I do like, you know, light gun games. So this is the sequel to Time Crisis 2. Great game, really fun. It's just one of those games where it's like you don't really have to think. You're just like, okay, you know, I gotta just shoot here, shoot there, get all my enemies, and I'm done. Very simple. It's a really simple game to play. It's awesome. And you guys know I'm obsessed with Hugh Jackman. Not only as Wolverine, but he is also amazing as Van Helsing. This is not a bad game, guys. Like, I was expecting this game to be absolute shit, but there is, if you like Van Helsing, like that type of series, that type of gameplay, you may want to consider I think it's called The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. I have I have the first 2 games, and it's a isometrical action RPG, and it's really good, and the story is really interesting too. But yeah, the Van Helsing game is not too bad. It's not too bad. So I got it. But I think I just got it because of Hugh Jackman. Just so I can like look at him and be like, oh, someday, you know. Alright, so now let's move on. We'll do PS3 last, because that's like the largest part of my collection, because I'm obsessed with the PS3 for some weird reason. So we'll go into the PS4. So that's my recent system that I have purchased, and I have a pretty decent amount of games now. So to start off, we have BlazBlue Central Fiction. This is like the way a lot of fighting people who play fighting games describe this game is like a hardcore Street Fighter. Guys, the combinations to learn in this game is ridiculous. But it's not too bad, but the characters are well drawn out, and this is a very popular series. The story is interesting too. I started playing the story mode on one of the games, but yeah, we will be playing this. And this is only on the PlayStation. So it's a 2D fighting game, and yeah, it's really cool. It's a really unique fighting game. So yeah, BlazBlue Central Fiction. I have the other BlazBlue games on Steam, and they play just as well as this version. Put this. Yeah, I'll put this over here. Okay, so you guys know I'm obsessed with Yakuza, the game series. Uh, any game that allows me to look at really good looking Asian men, of course. So this is Yakuza Kiwami. So that's this one here. And what Yakuza Kiwami is it's a remake of the original Yakuza game. And guys, let me tell you, the original to get the original Yakuza game on PS2 is extremely hard to find. And if you do find it, it's like ridiculously expensive. So if you're looking for a more inexpensive version and you want to play Yakuza, the original Yakuza game, I would go with this version, just to be honest. And they added some additional features too, which is a plus. And this game is really not that expensive. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, and then of course I got Mass Effect Andromeda for the PS4. So I always like to get different versions. Like I was saying, you know, I got the PC one, and then I have the console version. And then of course I had to get The Witcher 3. Oh, The Witcher 3 is fantabulous. It's fantastic and fantabulous, okay? This is Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And guys, this is my advice, okay? If you're a new gamer, look, wait until the game gets one of these, a complete edition, okay? So this is what it comprises of. You get all 16 DLCs for Witcher 3, okay? So you get Hearts of Stone, Blood and Wine, and there's a reason why this game is like one of the best RPGs, period. There's just so much you can do. I mean, if I didn't have like all of these games, if I could just pick one game, I would just pick this one, because it there's unlimited quests, guys. It's crazy. It feels like you will be playing this game for like the rest of your life. But yeah, it's a really good game. From what I've been told, it's the best of the best. Like Persona, it's up there. So yeah, definitely check it out if you like medieval stuff, like Renaissance kind of stuff. That's stuff that I like. You will like the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It's pretty good. I played a little bit of it. Okay, because you know the other thing, guys, like I said, I've been really collecting 2D fighting games for the PS4, and there are a lot of really good fighting games. Because the reason why I'm starting to collect some fighting games now, guys, is just because since I have all these like arcade fighting sticks, I really need to put them to use. And what's the better way to put them to use than, you know, using it for what it's intended, a fighting game. And this is Guilty Gear RD Revelator. So this is one of the newer games in the series, and it's okay, but I prefer Blaze Blue. The art style is so much better. Guilty Gear, like, it's okay, but I prefer Blaze Blue. Alright guys, so excuse me, I'm gonna take a quick break here and stretch, and then I'm gonna be right back, and we're gonna continue. I'm gonna show you my entire collection. All right, so I'm back. I had to put some away because I was just like, I'm gonna trip on stuff. So let's continue here with I think I was showing, yeah, I was showing PS4, correct. Okay, so now I have Persona, of course, 5 for the PS4. Great game, guys. I keep telling people, like, if you played, you know, RPGs, or if you like JRPGs, it's like, why haven't you played Persona yet? But I will say this, these games, the Persona games, I don't know why they rarely go down in price. Like, I paid like around $42 for it was crazy, but I'm glad I got it because it's a really good game. It's really worth it, and the music is fantastic. So if you know, once again, like JRPGs, or you like RPGs that have a very horror like element to it, yeah, this is a great game. Amazing. Okay, and then we have Sword Art Online, and I have both games. This is Lost Song, and then this is Hollow Realization, which is the sequel. These games, they start off kind of boring, and it takes a while to really get into them. But excuse me, I'm so sorry, guys. I keep yawning here, but I heard that the second one is this one here, the Hollow Realization, is much better. So yeah, I just decided to get them because I really do like Sword Art Online. It's a great anime. The first season, the second season I'm watching right now, on the other hand, yawn, super boring. Terrible, so terrible. Okay, and then I'm gonna show these together. You guys know I am a huge fan of the Tales of series. I don't know why this series is not as like more popular as Final Fantasy and stuff, because the storyline is just amazing, and the combat is what I love in this game. Like, you have free reign to move around, and you know, your enemy like follows you. Oh, it's great. So I have two Tales of games here, Tales of Vesperia, as well as Tales of Zestiria. I am excited for Tales of Vesperia, so I gotta try to get that. But yeah, I like Vesperia, man. Like, oh my gosh, like, so good. And Velvet, she is my girl. Like, she is crazy, and she does not give two fucks. Like, that's what I love about her. And yeah, great game. I've been playing this one excessively, so we will be getting back into this pretty soon. But yeah, Zestiria I have not played yet, but I heard that Zestiria was much better than Zestiria, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, so next, this is a game that I don't know why so many people hate this game, like RPG wise. This is Valkyria Revolution, and a lot of people did not like this game. Like, they said maybe the storyline was dry and the characters, but I'll play it, you know, to see for myself. But I got this game really inexpensive, man. So I figured, I was like, you know, I'll give it a try, because like Valkyria, the first game was amazing, like great tactical RPG. So we'll see how this one goes. And I also like the Phantasy Star games. Oh, guys, please make sure go play Phantasy Star Online 2. You will not be disappointed. It is like one of the best like action combat games. Oh, it's so good, so good. And then, like I was saying earlier, Odin Spear, this is it's called it's like Leafdrenseer or something like that. I totally messed that up, but it's okay. But this is a remastered version. of the original game that I showed you for the PS2, and they actually redrew the graphics and everything. So now it has more of like an action RPG feel. But this was just for the PlayStation, only on the PlayStation. So yeah, totally gonna be, trust me, we'll be playing this. You guys will love this. It's such a beautiful game. The art in Odin Spear is just, will blow your mind. It's wonderful. Of course, you know me, I had to get Sleeping Dogs for the PS4, but this one is really unique. This is the definitive edition, and this includes, guys, all 24 DLCs. So you don't have to, like, for Xbox 360, for example, you have to pay like extra for the DLC, but you might as well just get a PS4 and get this version with all 24, you know. But yeah, we'll be getting back into Sleeping Dogs, I'm sure, because it's a really good, yeah, it's a really good game. Of course, next we have the oh, I put this one back. Jeez, what's going on? Okay, let's put that over there. This is Dragon Age Inquisition. I couldn't get into this game, guys. I know it's supposed to be good, but I was bored out of my mind. I just couldn't get into it. It was drier than menopause, but I have this segment on the show now called Gamer Redemption, where I go back and try to play games that I really hate, and I really do not like this game. I prefer the first Dragon Age game. Inquisition, I just couldn't get into it. The story was way too dry, but that's just me. And then, of course, Gladdy Daddy. Oh, I love me some Gladdy Daddy. And who I'm referring to, of course, in the game is Gladius from Final Fantasy 15. This is the Day 1 edition. This game really dropped in price. I was really surprised. But I have a couple issues with Final Fantasy 15. Number one, the map is atrocious. To like get around is really difficult. As well as the storyline. It's like you get jumped right into the action of the game with like no backstory, you know, pretty much. I mean, you get some backstory, but if you guys really want to enjoy this game, and I will continue to say this, if you are going to play Final Fantasy 15, please watch the movie Kingslave, okay? And then watch Final Fantasy Brotherhood, because you'll have a better understanding of why they all came together for the sake of Prince Noct. But I mean, there's certain parts of the game where it's good, but the dungeons are just way too difficult to maneuver around sometimes. And yeah, I mean, it's an okay game, but it sucks. I'm sorry, it does. I liked it at first until I started getting into the more like really over complicated areas in the game, and I was just like, nah. And then finally, for my PS4 games that I have so far, I just got this one recently, and this is Star Ocean Integrity and Faithfulness. And this is the Day 1 edition of it. And this game has gotten some of the worst reviews that I have ever seen for a JRPG. So I bought it because I wanted to know why. Like, some people did not like the character development, and that's always been an issue with some Star Ocean games, is either the character development is really good or it's really bad. But yeah, we'll try it out. I'll try it out and see how good of a game it is. All right, so now we are getting to the good stuff, okay? My favorite system that I love besides the PS4 is the PS3. And the PS3, guys, as a system is excellent for JRPG players, and you will soon find out why. So the first game I have here to show you is Ninja Gaiden Sigma for the PS3. Look how hot he looks. Look at those muscles. This game is hard as hell, and it has some platforming elements, so I gotta get back into it because I do like Ninja Gaiden. It is an amazing game series. Oh, I am so sorry, guys, for yawning. I'm terrible. Okay. Next, we have both Mass Effect 2 and 3. I had to get them separate. Just because I love, you know, the artwork on them. Then these are, the Ninja Gaiden one is new too. This is new. I just got this recently. This is Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma. These games are hard as hell, but it's good storyline though. It's interesting. And then to conclude here, I got Ninja Gaiden 3. For the Ninja Gaiden games to conclude. Alright. So, next, we'll get some Elder Scrolls action here with Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I also have Skyrim as well. And yeah, I need to get into these games, but I haven't had the time, but I heard they're fantastic. And then of course I got Sleeping Dogs, the PS3. Do not get this version, guys, because the graphics are really bad. If you can, I would say either get the PC version or the PS4. It looks so much better. I'm just being honest here. Then we also have Valkyria Chronicles. Great game. I was so happy to get that. And then, like I said, I really couldn't get into Dragon Age Inquisition, so I ended up getting Dragon Age Origins. So I have this version, and then I also have this Ultimate Edition. And this one comes with Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age Origins Awakening, and then all these DLCs, which is pretty cool. So got that. Then, of course, I had to get Dragon Age 2 because I heard it was terrible, so I wanted to know why. See, I'm the type of person, when I see a game and it says it's bad, it's like, I want to know why. Like, why is it bad? This game, I definitely will be playing, guys. This is Dragon's Crown. If you are into beat 'em ups, like, if you love the Dungeons and Dragons, like that kind of arcade game stuff, you will love this. If you love Odin Sphere, great game. And this is a really cool game to do multiplayer with. It's really fun. And Dragon's Crown, to me, honestly, is what revived the beat 'em up genre in the modern day too. It was one of the games. These games are fun, but they take a very long time to play. These are the Eggers games. So this is Eggers War 2, and then Eggers War 2, and then Eggers War 0, or Record of Eggers War 0, pardon me, and Record of Eggers War 2. I've been playing through the first one, and it's interesting because it's a tactical RPG, but it also plays like an Otome game too. It's very interesting. So I'm gonna give these definitely a try. Put these over here. I am so sorry, guys. I am so sorry for yawning. Once again, it's been a long day, but I had to do this. I had to show you this. Okay, and of course you guys know I love Yakuza. I got Yakuza 4, guys. Oh my gosh, I am so like excited to play this game. So Yakuza is like Grand Theft Auto, but in like Japan. It's very similar to games like Way of the Samurai and stuff like that. But yeah, it is a really good game. They are top notch, really good. I have to get Yakuza Kiwami 2, which is the remake of Yakuza 2, so I'll have to get that. But yeah, this is the 4th game in the series, and yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. And then, of course, you know me, I mean, life is not complete until you got some Final Fantasy games. So I have Final Fantasy 13. These games get no these games get no love, but Lightning, guys, is a very dynamic character. She's really interesting and beautiful. So here's 13. And then of course I had to get the sequel 13 too. And then Lightning Returns. Lightning is a very popular character within the Final Fantasy franchise, and for good reason. She has a very interesting story. And then of course, you know, I had to get Devil May Cry, so I got all 3 games remastered. This is probably the best way to go, you know, if you're trying to collect the Devil May Cry games. Just get like something like that. It's got all 3 of them in there, but that's just me. Everybody's different when it comes to collecting. And then of course, this is Devil May Cry. I don't know, this is like, I don't think this is a remake. I think it's kind of like a different twist on the story, maybe. I haven't played this one. And then of course, you can see, guys, that I'm really into RPGs. So I got Tales of Xillia, and I also got Tales of Xillia 2. This game is definitely better. Well, this game is better than this one, apparently, from reviews. Some people did not like the fact that the protagonist in 2 is kind of one-dimensional. But yeah, I had to get these games. And then I got Persona 4 Arena. This is a really cool game, guys, because it's a fighting game, but you fight with Persona characters. Oh, so cool. And I believe, yeah, they did make a sequel to this game as well. Then we have Dante's Inferno. I have to play this on the Kirby Metalhead show. This game is so cool, guys. It's literally you're fighting in hell. You can't get more metal than that, seriously. But yeah, this one is the Divine Edition. And yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool game. And then of course, you know me, I had to get Time Crisis. So Time Crisis 4 for PS3. These games I've heard a lot about, but they say that they're kind of difficult too. These are the Arkland Altair trilogy. So I got this set with all 3 games. And guys, if you are into this other gaming series that I love called Hyperdimension Neptunia, they have a version like this where you can get all like the first 3 games. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. And then of course I got Ninja Gaiden Sigma. I also have Dynasty Warrior 6. This is the 3rd game in the Disgaea series. This is Disgaea 3 Absent of Justice. But they say it's not as good as the first 2 games though. I had to get this. Tales of Symphonia Chronicles. But they say that it's not as good as the original, but I don't care. I had to get it. It includes both Tales of Symphonia and Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. So it's a good set. Get both games in there. Then, of course, you know me, I have to get different versions of games. So I got Persona 5 for the PS3. Oh, here's my Skyrim. This is the Skyrim Legendary Edition. And it also comes with like the DLC and all of that. So, that's that right there. Oh, this game is so boring. Dragon Age Inquisition for the PS3. This game I haven't played, but they say it's pretty good. Dragon's Dogma. And I know they have a sequel too, I believe. Then I got this interesting version of Star Ocean. This is Star Ocean The Last Hope. This is the International Edition. And this one, it says it comes with exclusive features. Interesting. And then, of course, you know me, I love my 2D fighters. This is BlazBlue Continuum Shift. This is a great game. Oh my gosh, so many like fighting characters to choose from. Oh, it's great. And I've shown these before. These are my God of War. So I have God of War 1 and 2. This is the remaster collection. This is God of War Origins. God of War Origins, guys, are the 2 PSP games remastered, which is it looks really good. And then finally, I have the original God of War. These games are a lot of fun. They are. And it has some really good like satire. This is Hyperdimension Neptunia. Got that. This is one I just got recently, but the games are really expensive in this series. I don't know why. Hyperdimension Neptunia games, they can get up there in price for some reason. And then of course I have yeah, Valkyria Chronicles. I think I showed that already. Okay, now the final thing in my collection, guys, that I had to show you, because you know me, I am obsessed with Mass Effect. So when I found out that they made a trilogy set for the PS3, I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm getting that. So this is the Mass Effect trilogy. So instead of buying all the games individually, you can just buy this set. And this set includes Mass Effect and 2 and 3. But these games, guys, you have to play them in order, because what happens in the first game transfers over into the second game, and then it changes the story, which is really interesting. That's why I love these games. And look, oh, look at my John Shepard. Look how fine, look how sexy he is. Do you see how fine he is? That strong jawline, yeah. So guys, that's it. That is my collection. In that vicious comment section below, let me know what you think about my collection, and also let me know if it surprised you what type of games that I have in my collection. But once again, guys, I hope you celebrated and enjoyed National Video Game Day yesterday. But once again, to the gaming developers, to the video game community, thank you so much for just making me feel welcomed and making me feel included, guys. Because, you know, like I was telling you guys before, growing up, man, I was made fun of a lot, you know, but when I played video games, I could, you know, become anything I wanted to be, you know, and allowed my imagination to go wild. And oh man, I really love video games, guys, and I will play video games forever. So I hope to beat, you know, as many of these games as I have. I'm challenging myself to. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about my collection. I'm gonna get out of here. I need to get some rest before I like fall asleep, right? Crazy. But guys, like I always say, remember to get smart and stay informed.